Hello! This time I'm doing the appointment starting point box on Hack the Box. This is a tier 1, so it's going to be a slightly more complicated one. And it's a SQL injection box. And I'm gonna start by just telling a little bit about why a web application has a database. And it's because the data that the website stores needs somewhere to store the data, and that's where databases come in, and SQL is just a language to navigate in these databases. And I have some examples, like let's say Instagram needs to store your usernames, your passwords, and then there is messages, and then you also have like the bank, where you have your bank account number and your national ID, or your, what is it, national security number. Here it's called national ID. No, it's called, actually it's called like birth number. I think national security just sounds cooler. But yeah, so that's some examples. And I'm just going to go to Kaido. Okay, so the first thing we need to do is start the machine and then connect to the VPN. So I'm just gonna wait till this is done spawning. Okay, I believe this is the VPN, or the right. Oh, okay, I fixed it. I wasn't in the right, or I was in the wrong directory. Okay, let's try again. Sudo open. Let's go. Okay, so I am doing a Nmap scan. I'm using SC and SV as usual, and SC is for default scripts and SV is for default, no, not default, it's for version detection. Okay, so before we look at the results of the Nmap scan, we're going to answer the first question, which is, what does the acronym SQL stand for? And that is Structured Query Language. And then, what is one of the most common type of SQL vulnerabilities? And I'm guessing that's going to be what we are using today, which is SQL injection. And then, what is the 2021 OWASP top 10 classification for this vulnerability? And it's this. Right here. And that was wrong. Well, it was correct. You just have to have it the exact correct format. And then, what does Nmap report as the service and version that are running on port 80 of the target? And now we can look at the results, and it's going to be what does Nmap report as the service and version that are running on port 80 service and version. And I guess this has to be it. HTTP Apache HTTPD 2438 Debian. Oh no. This is so annoying. What is the standard port used for the HTTPS protocol? It's 443 because the HTTP normally runs at port 80 or 443. What is a folder called in web application terminology? And that is a directory. What is the HTTP response code given for not found errors? That's 404. That's one of those that everyone knows. I mean, who hasn't gone on the internet and then got this when they search for something? 404 not found. GoBuster is one tool used to brute force directories on a web server. What switch do we use with GoBuster to specify we're looking to discover directories and not subdomains? That's dir. So before we do anything else, I'm going to save the IP address to my host files. So that then I do sudo nano etc. hosts. I'm gonna take the IP, paste it, and then I do appointment. And the thing is, now when I'm searching for this in the search bar in Firefox, I can just do appointment instead of the IP address, which is easier to remember. And we're also doing this because I don't think this box won't let us, but some boxes won't let you just go straight to the search bar and just try to navigate to the website. You have to save it to the host file. But I'm just doing that now because it's just something that you have to get used to doing. Okay. And here we see a website where we are asked to log in. So now we can go to the next question. So it's asking what single character can be used to comment out the rest of a line in MySQL. And in MySQL, that's going to be a square, hashtag, whatever you want to call it. And then we are going to try to... I mean, we can try, first of all, we could just try a lot of like common credentials, like admin, which is wrong. And then it's guest, wrong. User. Sometimes you just gotta try. Like, suddenly it's just trying that gets you logged in. So it's root, nothing's working. Administrator, password, nope. And now we can do the SQL injection. We do admin and then single quote and then the hashtag. And what's happening now is that everything that comes after the hashtag is commented out. So it's not going to look for a matching password when we hit enter. So I could write anything right now. I can, for example, just border collie. It wouldn't matter because it doesn't register it anyways. And here we have our flag. So I'm gonna do a hashtag here, and there's another question before the flag. If user input is not handled carefully, it would be interpreted as a comment. Use a comment to log in as admin without knowing the password. What is the first word on the web page returned? Congratulations. We're going to copy. Yeah. Okay, so that wasn't that bad. Submit flag. I mean, yeah, that was very easy. That was the appointment, the first tier 1 starting point. And then we'll just keep on going. Bye!